Hey guys, Mr. Williams here, and today I'm going to teach you how to use the division algorithm. But first, let's review some of our older division strategies just in case, like skip count. Who remembers how to skip count? That's where you take your divisor and you skip count by it until you reach your dividend. So looking at our first equation, 744 divided by 6, if we were to skip count, it would look like 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. Whew, I'm tired already. Skip counting is not the most efficient strategy. I recommend only using it if you have no other strategies in mind. Another strategy I want to review today is making multiplication combinations. So how can I turn 744 divided by 6 into a multiplication equation? Good. 6 times blank equals 744. So now you want to make multiplication combinations using your divisor to help you reach your dividend. So my first step was 6 times 100. I chose 100 as my first step because it's a friendly number, I can do it in my head, and it takes a big chunk out of my dividend. My dividend is 740. At 600, I'm already close to my dividend. For my second step, I chose to do 6 times 20. 20 is also a friendly number. I can do it in my head, and it gets me just a little bit closer to my dividend. 600 plus 120, it equals 720. So I'm only 24 away from my dividend. So 6 times what equals 24? If you've been practicing your facts, you know that 6 times 4 equals 24. So now 600 plus 120 plus 24, I've reached my dividend of 744. In order to figure out what goes in the blanks, you just add up all the combinations that you tried, like 100 plus 20 plus 4. And that equals 124. So 124 goes in the blank. Now, for the end of this video, let me show you how to do the division algorithm. You put your dividend under the house, 744. You put your divisor outside of the house, 6. Now, the division algorithm has 4 steps: divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down the next digit. To divide, you ask yourself, how many times does your divisor, 6, go into this very first number, 7? Well, let's see. If I had 7 pencils, how many groups of 6 can I make? Just one. So you put a 1 above that 7. Your second step, multiply. For this step, you're always going to be multiplying your divisor by whatever number you just wrote above your house. In this case, it's 6 times 1, which equals 6. My third step, subtract. 7 minus 6 is 1. And my fourth step, bring down the next digit. That means bring down the next digit in your dividend. Since we've already used this 7, you can cross it out, and we're going to bring down this 4. So now we have 14. After you bring down that next digit, you just repeat your steps all over again. So 14 divided by 6, aka how many times does 6 go into 14? 6, 12, 18, oh, that's too many times. 6 goes into 14 2 equal times without going over. So let's change the color here. Since it goes in 2 equal times, we want to put a 2 up here. Now we're on step 2, multiply. Remember, you're always going to multiply your divisor by whatever number you just wrote above your house. 6 times 2 equals 12. Third step is to subtract. 14 minus 12 equals 2. Bring down the next digit, which is this 4. Remember, you can cross that 4 out. We're done with it. The next digit in our dividends is another 4. Bring it down. Now we have 24, and we're repeating our steps all over again. How many times does 6 go into 24? 6, 12, 18, 24, 4 equal times. So you put a 4 up here. Remember, on the multiply step, you're taking your divisor and you're multiplying it by whatever number you just wrote. 6 times 4 is 24. Then we subtract. 24 minus 24 equals 0. Now, our next step, bring down the next digit. But there are no more digits to bring down. That means you are done. Whenever there are no more digits to bring down, you're finished. In this case, we have no remainder. Sometimes you might have a digit down here. Let's say you had a 3. Well, if you have any digit down there, that is your remainder. You just put an R in whatever that remainder is to indicate what your remainder was. But in this case, we had no remainder because we had 0 right here. So that means you are finished. I'm going to put some assignments on Seesaw and Google Classroom. Let's see what you can do.